Hello? Okay, yeah, that's what we're doing.
Hey, what's up? I'm
Hey,
Grace.
and I'm Andrew.
No, I couldn't
We
keep it
got
up.
them, we got them so good. Oh my god, that was
Hey guys,
crazy.
sorry about that prank back there. I'm actually Andrew.
And I'm Grace, and welcome to the Riff podcast with
Andrew,
and
Grace.
no fucking way.
We have a lot of fun around here, first of all, in case
We
this is your
take
first
it.
time tuning in. Sorry, what's up?
I said we dish it, we take it.
We fish it, we rake it.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
so now that you've heard our slogan, you know what we're about.
Yep.
I was waiting for the right time to tell you this, Grace, but I DM'd a star asking if they would be on the show.
No
Um,
fucking.
and they haven't responded yet,
Okay, that makes sense.
but it's funny. Um, it's Stephen Lawley. I figured I would DM him.
Did not. I don't even know what I would do with myself if he was on the show.
Yeah, I DM'd and I said, "Hi, Stephen. This is Andrew Batat. I'm a member of the UCLA Shenanigans Comedy Club. I'm the host of our podcast on UCLA Radio, The Riff. I was wondering if you would like to be on our podcast sometime this month. We record over Zoom Wednesdays, 8:30 to 10, and the episodes air Sundays at 9. But if Wednesday night doesn't work for you, we can work around your schedule. Let me know. Andrew."
Andrew, what the fuck?
So in case you don't know, Stephen Lawley is a man.
He's an unstable stand-up comedian who's bad at stand-up, who
Yeah.
performed for us and completely obliterated himself on the stage.
It was the worst bomb I've ever seen in person or on the internet.
Period.
It was a mental breakdown. You could say that. I feel like that's not an exaggeration at all. So yeah, I figured it'd be because I subscribed to his YouTube channel because of course, and he started his own podcast. It's called The No Idea Zone, where he has people on.
No.
And I want to describe to you the screen. Oh my god! So he has two guests on every time, and their faces are so small on the screen. Like the boxes are tiny, and then there's just this big graphic in the background that's like the No Idea Zone. Like, make the faces bigger, Steven.
He's unstable, and he shouldn't have access to the internet. And the fact that you would, like, Andrew, realistically, what would he do?
We'd have an hour-long conversation with him
about what happened, a breakdown, a play-by-play of how the bomb detonated.
It would be amazing. It would be the greatest thing we've done on this show so far.
I mean, I can't disagree with that. I mean, we're venturing into some, elite journalism at this point.
Yeah.
Like, that is some fucking flying over to the Middle East into a war zone type journalism, trying to capture the good scoop.
Yeah. So hopefully he will respond soon.
What a finale to end the year.
Oh my god. Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be amazing.
While I was at it, I DM'd Curtis Cook and Brandon Wardell. Neither of them responded either. But they also haven't read the DM. So
Wait, did Steven read
it? No,
Steven
didn't read
it.
it.
I was gonna be like, no way.
Yeah.
You've inspired me. You know who I really want to get on the show, who won't on the show, but we're gonna put out positive energy into that.
Right.
Is Jack Black.
O'Brien. Oh yeah, him too.
Because he's a UCLA alum.
Oh yeah.
So that gives us some sort of anything.
Uh-huh.
I've been DMing Tyler the Creator, if you're familiar with him.
I love Tyler.
Because I want to be his personal assistant. So do you want me to read you some of the DMs?
Please.
Okay, because they're quite comical. Because I know he's a quirky guy, so I just hoped maybe
if you hit him with some laughs, he'd be like, "You can handle my schedule."
Yeah, literally. You could do my dry cleaning. All right, where is Tyler? Watch me him have blocked me. I would cry. Tyler the Creator. Oh, here they are. All right, the first one goes, "Hey Tyler, it's pretty normal. I just want to say I think you're pretty swag money, and you're like my idol. So can I work for you? I'll do it for free. I got jokes, please. I go to UCLA, so I'm educated. Thank you." That was the first one.
mean, you're hired if I'm
I
him.
know. The next day, I responded again to
Okay.
myself,
Yeah,
and I said,
got it.
"Hey, it's me again. Just making sure you're seeing this. Once again, big fan, respect your work, and would love to work for you. Haha. Okay, have a good day." And then the next day, "Hi, me again. I just wanted to state for the record, I'm in no way trying to be, like, creepy, because looking at this, it seems creepy to me. But, just trying to show I'm dedicated and hardworking. Alright, talk to you later." And then I said the next day, "Yo, what's good? Ah, ha, ha, it's me again. Just checking in, saying hi, and saying that, hey, I'd be a great employee. You can background check me and everything. Aha. Okay, have a good one." And then the last thing I've sent him was, "Hey," with a bunch of Ys. "Guess who? Aha ha. Please hire me." Or even an interview, a chance, a dream, dot, 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 send.
How many followers does he have?
Tyler the Creator, aka Felicia the Goat. He has a whopping 9.6 million. He has 9.6 million followers, so I'm sure he
Oh,
receives
he
grant.
is 9.6 plus 1 now.
Whoa! I think
Yep.
he's so funny. I just like
He's very funny. Yeah.
yeah. Have you watched some of his older videos? He
I've
used to
seen him
do
in
like little
interviews.
like scat. He used to do like little skits.
Really.
I don't know like what platform or like with who, but if you like look up like funny videos, like he would do like funny shit.
I mean, I know I was cracking up the whole time Igor was playing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's LOL to LOL.
Earthquake, you know what I mean?
What's up?
Or Earthquake, it's one of the songs on the
Oh,
album.
yeah, yeah. No, you cut out. I'm not dumb.
No, I think you're dumb.
No, I'm not. I swear.
So that's
Oh,
my
no.
quarantine update is like mercilessly DMing celebrities that don't want anything to do with me.
Me too, kind of.
Yeah.
And that has been your quarantine update. We will get into the real quarantine update in just a sec, but honestly, I can't wait another second to not bring out
Yeah.
the man of the hour,
The man of the decade, Mr.
Amos
Amos.
Dixon.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Amos, can you give me a what's up? The dude in that tone.
My voice, okay. What's up?
Whoa.
Right.
Wow.
That was really good.
You guys can tell he's a voice actor and a very talented one at that.
Yeah, no,
Brag or anything.
but yes, a very talented comedian in shenanigans. Does both sketch and stand up, and digital. You do all three. You're a triple threat, right? Woo!
Busy bee.
He is a busy bee. How do you manage all those
Man,
mediums?
how does that happen?
I think, I mean, I don't know. Like, neither of them take a huge amount of time, you know? I was definitely, originally when I was doing those three, and then I was also doing like Enabler and stuff like that, and that was a little too much. But, yeah, so I cut out Enabler. But, yeah, no, the other three have been pretty easy to manage. I don't, I don't know. I spend a lot of time writing for sketch and stand up, but don't do as much for digital, even though like I go to the meetings and all that stuff. So that one isn't like as huge of a time commitment. But yeah, I don't know. It's fun stuff. This is a complete side track. I know you guys have some sort of show structure that you want to go to, and I don't want to like
We
derail
actually
this
have
too early.
zero
But
structure.
Yeah, I have chicken scribble notes.
But I have
Amos, Minecraft, Kanye West.
But I have
Go
to
on.
get this in there like a little early. Stephen Lolly is kind of the reason I like
Yes.
started doing comedy, because my friend Campbell was already in the club for a while before I joined, and he was in there whenever the Stephen Lolly thing was going on, all that stuff. But I remember I was like debating joining, but I was like nervous. I was like, fuck, man, I've never done this shit before. if I get up there and they laugh at me, but like not in the good way, you know what I mean? It's like fucking nervous as hell. Then I went to Bruin Fest. I saw, all the headliners, or I saw all the same comedians, and then Stephen Lawley comes up, does his set. I'm in like the second row, just biting the fuck out of my hand as to not like just curl up.
You're in the
You know what I mean?
second row.
No, his gaze was like directly on me at multiple points, and I just felt like naked.
Splash zone.
No, I was just close enough to like the girls in the front row to feel their discomfort whenever Stephen Lawley did those weird like, they know these ones, these two, how's it going, like that.
Oh, no. I love that was your inspiration.
So you saw that performance and you were
like, I mean, if this guy's made a career. No, it was very much like, you know what, I can swallow my pride. If this guy can fucking go up there,
what would that be called? That's like the opposite of inspired.
You saw how low the bar was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it.
It's like a negative inspiration.
Yeah. Like I came in being like, I don't know if I can do this at like a college club level. And then like walking out, I was like, fuck, this could be a profession. Fucking easy, simple.
And you took to it immediately. I remember because I joined the club, I want to say like a little over a quarter before you, or at least the stand-up part. And you came in and you like a lot of people that come in and they could be funny, but they don't, they have to work at performing or writing before they really are
you can say it. Some people just aren't funny.
Grace sometimes she's a little no. But there's some people like that. But you seem to just, have you done performing in the past?
I did like some theater stuff as a kid.
Got it.
But I mean,
that makes sense.
Yeah, but that's about it.
You seem very natural. You didn't even do sketch writing before that?
No, I didn't join sketch until this past summer. When I was in here. Yeah, I was here in LA over the summer, and there was a decent group of like 10 of us from Shenanigans that were here, and it was just kind of like I was just going to do stand up, but a lot of the stand up meetings were kind of like also sketch meetings,
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up like
so
writing sketch.
How did it work during the summer? So like just a bunch of you guys knew you were around, so you all just kind of had meetings for fun?
Yeah, I think I believe someone created I think they had like individual channels on the Slack for like where you were staying, like general areas. So I was in like the LA one, and then I can't remember who I want to say Jillian and Hannah organized this, but don't like hold me to that. But I know a couple people kind of took charge and like, let's organize some shows, let's do some stuff.
That's so
and yeah, so then we had 2 summer shows that were like sketch and stand up kind of joint shows like that.
So your start was with stand up.
Yeah.
So would you say that's your favorite medium, or has it kind of shifted?
I don't know. I think currently I'm enjoying stand up more, but it very much kind of like oscillates for me, where I'll have it really depends on like what I'm enjoying writing at the time. So like, I'll like I tend to have like, for this month I'm writing like a bunch of stand up, and then I'm doing that and getting all my ideas out there. And then like the next month I'll like write a bunch of sketch, and then I'll be like really into that. And so way. I say, I mean, I'm always like very into both of them, but like which one I kind of am leaning towards normally just depends on like what I'm writing at the time.
Which do you find more rewarding long term? Like if you look at your material, which one are you go, oh, I'm more proud of my sketch or my stand up?
I think probably stand up. I definitely have like yeah, I definitely have like some jokes and like stand up bits and stuff like that I'm very proud of. And not that I don't have similar stuff for sketch. But with sketch, it's always, I don't know, stand up's a lot more at least for me, it tends to feel a lot more personal, because it's like, okay, I write something, I go up there, I deliver it. I'll get, feedback and stuff like that. But for the most part, that process kind of stops and ends with me. Whereas with sketch, I find it's a lot more like I'll have some idea or some, I'll write a rough draft of a sketch, bring it to meeting, and then it tends to be edited. I tend to get a lot more jokes and edits from people in sketch than I do in other stuff. So then like that'll kind of mesh, and then it's kind of like, okay, I'm now gonna hand this off to whoever's acting in it, and almost always they'll take it in a direction that is always like slightly different, even like if it's just
Right.
like a character thing than what I had in mind. But I
You
feel like
just
it
don't
always
have
works out
complete
well.
control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's not that, I mean, like I definitely enjoy that part of sketch, and that I think it's really cool to like write something and have this very clear like mental picture of how it would play out, and then see how other people interpret it. Because I feel like a lot of times the way that it gets interpreted by on stage, by the actors, and by, I mean, it was kind of Kylie and Hannah who would typically be doing kind of like some directing stuff. Um, I always feel like that final product is better or funnier than like what I was kind of playing mentally as I was writing it. And so it's cool to
Really?
see that yeah.
That's interesting. But I feel like though you could still feel like you could take complete credit, because the whole point of like workshopping the sketch is that like the core idea that you came up with is like great, so then you have others input to help direct it to like make it perfect and like translate on stage, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. Like, I mean, I
But I
still
never thought about it that way. Like, so do you mean like you see it as then like not truly like your work because it's been
not
like kind of
yeah,
changed around?
not necessarily. I mean, I still consider it like, I still feel some sort of like, I don't know, this word sounds weird, but I still feel some sort of like ownership over it, and like I kind of like made this.
Yeah.
But it's just more of,
It's a team effort.
yeah, the final product is just a lot more of a team effort, and it's not that that makes me like any less attached to it, but like it's less of a, I feel more proud in the team.
Mhm.
Whereas like in stand up, it's more of like I feel good about myself in doing this.
Yeah. I like totally see that and that point. I guess I'm just like really annoying and aggressive. So I get like complete credit for every bit of my sketch. But no, you're right. It's definitely a team effort. Um, but that's interesting.
Backtracking. I didn't know you were friends with Campbell.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Me and him did a play last year
yeah,
in the spring.
what was it again?
Alice in
Alice?
Wonderland.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, who did Alice in Wonderland?
Hooligan.
No way.
Yeah.
I wish I like oh, that sounds like so fun.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean, it
super
was a
excited.
great cast, and overall, we did a very good production. Directing was great. Shout out Emma from Shenanigans. She directed. Um, but the book itself was very bad. The writing, like it was
Oh,
adapted from the story, but there were many adaptations as far as how the story was told. It was, everyone
Who's
was kind of
in
in agreement.
who's in charge of writing those plays? Is it a student or do they like pull the scripts from somewhere?
Pulled the scripts.
Got it.
Yeah. But how do you know Campbell?
he was my roommate, like
Hmm.
random assignment roommate, freshman year, and then
Oh.
this year he's an RA, but I've
Mhm.
lived with him kind of since then, and he was also here over the summer whenever we were doing shenanigan stuff.
Why'd he stop coming to Shenanigans meetings, stand-up meetings?
A lot of stuff with a lot of extra work with being an RA, a lot of extra work with Model UN. He's kind of like
Hmm.
rising up the
Right.
ranks over there, and
Yeah.
that's like a huge fucking time commitment.
Yeah.
What
But
is this is gonna sound really dumb and stupid, I'm bracing you, but what is Model UN?
Oh, I think that the president of the Burlingame High School Model United Nations Club can answer this one. So,
Take 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 a stand, Andrew, take a stand.
yeah, I did Model UN all throughout high school. And basically, I mean, you could call it a debate club, but it's more than that. But the United Nations is, we all know what the United Nations is. There are a bunch of different bodies, TUI, Grace Mounts. The United Nations was created after World War II in an effort to stop future world wars. That was part of their mission. But they make these large declarations, like we have the United Nations, what is it, the Declaration of Universal Rights, whatever it is.
I'm assuming America's a part of that. I'm gonna sound like a fucking
America is, but Trump has made many we're going to put out comments. But as it stands, we're still a part. But there are many different departments of the United Nations, some that just write stuff and say, this is what we think. And then there's basically one, the Security Council, that has actual power that can deploy troops. But yeah, Model UN is when a bunch of high schoolers get assigned different countries or sometimes specific people to represent in United Nations or mock United Nations committees, and they debate their country's position. They create resolutions on behalf of their countries, and then they also go to a party that weekend and maybe kiss other high schoolers.
That
That's the gist
sounds
of it.
so.
That's high school Model United Nations.
Okay,
College Model United Nations is the same, but they kiss college students.
so is that really all it is? So then, what do you gain?
It looks great on college applications. If you like debate, oh no, they're frozen. Can you still hear me, audience? Because I don't know. Well, I'll keep talking to the audience members. What do you gain? Was the question. Is anyone listening to this? Am I just talking to air in my room? Is this going to be posted to Facebook and it's going to have 3 views? And those 3 views were only for the first 5 minutes. Basically, back to the question. What do you gain?
You picture people. Andrew's back.
There he is.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
We can't hear him.
you can't hear me?
There, now we can.
Yeah.
Are we still recording? We're recording. So the question was, what do you gain? It looks great on college applications. Debate is fun. You get public speaking skills.
I get that, but in college, what is the gain?
My brother did it, and apparently, like everyone who does college Model UN says it's like way more fun than high school Model UN.
So it's for fun.
Yeah, and like if your plan is to go into politics, like it still looks good on a
That makes
resume.
sense. That makes sense.
Boom.
Now I know. My little homeschooled pea brain was like, what the fuck? I always hear all this Model UN talk, and I'm like, who? What? Connections Academy did not have that. And if they did, I was not a part of it.
Yeah. So ends our Model UN talk. Go on, Amos.
I briefly, I wanna, you've described Model UN so far as this kind of, it sounds, fairly prestigious, there's people pretending to represent nations, and arguing politics. I got to undercut that a bit because the last time I talked to Campbell, the committee he was in was, I believe, Lord of the Rings themed.
Yeah. So emphasis on usually. Yeah, they can get wacky.
That sounds fun. Like, that sounds fun.
That sounds like a lot cooler than like, you're like Slovakia.
Yeah.
So like Model UN in its strictest form is an actual United Nations Council, like the Human Rights Council or like a Security Council or a General Assembly meeting. But Model UN conferences will have some fun committees. I've been on some fun committees. This one time I represented North Vietnam during the Vietnam War. So like we were in the room of generals, and I was Ho Chi Minh's right-hand man. I think it was Bo Ning Gap. I believe that's how it's pronounced. So I was like his number 2 in command. So like we like walk in first day, find Ho Chi Minh. I'm like, what's up, dude? I'm your number 2. How's it going? And we just like, and there was another room that was South Vietnam and America and allies to South Vietnam. And, we like had this war going on between us. So that was a cool committee. Lord of the Rings, another cool committee.
That is fun.
Yeah.
It's so cool when smart people do things that are like fun for them. I'm so happy for them.
Yeah, it was fun sometimes, but most of the time I was like, oof.
Why did you want to? So it's just for college credit?
No, I mean I was in this after school Model UN program in addition to my high school club that was much more rewarding. because that was more like a current events / philosophy club with Model UN as the face of it. But really, like, we would just show up once a week, and genuinely the smartest man I've ever met, shout out Simon, would lead these talks with, a bunch of high school students, and we'd have these group discussions, and he'd be giving us questions. We would all give these speeches, and it was, I think, like the most rewarding, like, intellectual experience I've ever had as a
Wow.
young high schooler. Yeah,
I don't think I had
That's
any
really
of
cool.
those.
it was cool. What was his last name? Simon something. This
Amos, were you
guy.
part of any funky clubs? Funky
What was
after
that?
school things? What were you in high school?
Oh God. I my two aspects of my personality. Only two things my personality really was running and guitar. So I did
Interesting.
cross country and track. Because like that was like my sports side, and then my school had a classical and flamenco guitar program that I was a part of.
Wow.
A classical and what guitar program?
Flamenco?
Flamenco, yeah, it's like I don't know
Oh,
how to describe it other than like Spanish.
yeah.
Ah,
Back
Yeah.
in my skating days, I would skate to a few of those flamenco numbers. They were actually my
oh yeah.
favorite genre because it's spicy.
No,
Uh,
it's fun music.
yeah. So guitar and cross country. Have any of those two things carried over into your college days?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I don't do them in any like really like organized way anymore. But I'll still like. I mean, I'm not currently, but I'll generally still run and stuff like that. And then as for guitar, I mean, like I still play guitar. I don't do as much flamenco or classical anymore, which I'm a little disappointed with. I definitely want to like keep that up, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, but also I'll still play guitar and do music and a lot of stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to one of the things I do like genuinely miss that like I'm sure there's some way to like satisfy this at UCLA, but I do genuinely miss being like a part of. We had like a group like an octet that would like play guitar, and we would like travel and like do gigs and like competitions and stuff like that.
Oh,
And having that group to play with was a lot of fun. So I would, like occasionally I'll like hang out with those guys and we'll like play songs and stuff like that. But I would definitely be interested at some point to try to find something like that again.
yeah.
Can I gas you up real quick?
Yeah, yeah, thanks, man.
You are one of the best hosts I've ever seen in Shenanigans. What is your philosophy to being a show host?
Oh, first off, fucking thank you, man. I appreciate it. I don't know. I don't know if there's any sort of like driving philosophy there. I just know like whenever I'm listening to stand up normally, like I mean just like sitting in the crowd, I feel like a lot of times I'll like I don't know if like in between laughs or what, but like a lot of times I'll have like just like little jokes running through my head that are
Mhm.
kind of somewhat based off what they say, and a lot
Yeah.
of them, outside of hosting don't go anywhere because it's, a premise they came up with or doesn't make sense, but like uh hosting, I just have if there's any sort of philosophy, I just have a lot of fun hosting. I think it's really fun to kind of uh, try to come up with those jokes playing off of people's sets and stuff like that. And it's not something you get to really do in normal stand up because you can't. You're just taking someone else's 5 minute build up and then you're just kind of throwing a tag on there, and you can't really do that normally. But I really enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun.
It really is interesting to see you being a host because that is the thing that shines through the most is the way you do add jokes onto people's sets. Because every time I'm like, oh, he thought of that because of the thing he said. It's very impressive to see it happen live. Uh, so it's just something that sets you apart from other, or I think it makes any good host if they
Oh, thanks, man.
are able to be on their feet. Of course. Yeah, it seems like you were able to turn on a funny switch in a way that other like talk show hosts are able to do. And I've always been envious of that because I've never been insecure about my humor, but I've never been one of those like, let's be funny type of guys. And the podcast helps me getting better.
Yeah.
But would you agree with that statement?
Kind of happens. It happens or it doesn't. Most times it doesn't, but when it does,
it does, it's sometimes.
It's sometimes.
You're right. Yeah. But Amos, do you feel like you have that funny switch?
I don't know. I feel like just weirdly, I've just had a lot of practice with that sort of kind of more on this because I mean I was I was a dick in high school who was just always bored out of my mind in classes. So I kind of learned basically which teachers that I could do light riffs on their lectures without them getting too pissed off where they'd actually give me the fucking detention or some shit, So I had a lot of classes where I kind of figured, if I could get the teacher on my side with being able to not just I don't know, make a dick joke or something, but say something that would at least that get them laughing, then I could kind of open up those floodgates where I could just slowly monopolize the entire procedure, But
I know those classes.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Me too.
Shout out Mr. McDermott. Great guy. Loved his class. It was such a good class because he'd give me a long leash as far as talking to the group.
You guys like class clowns?
No, I wasn't a class. I mean, it depended on the class. In his class, I was a class clown. Pretty much no other class. Actually, no. What was it? Oh, Miss Murphy's sophomore English. I was a bit of a class clown. Be a bit of a goon.
Yeah. Goony eyes.
Yeah. Where I would just talk a lot. What else do we got? You're Kanye West. We are all Kanye West fans.
We stan Jesus. Period.
Jesus. Favorite Kanye song?
Oh fuck.
Also, wait. Before that, I'll give you some time to think. I see your. Let's do role playing. We're in. You're a freshman in college. It's orientation. You're wearing a Kanye West hat. I'm cute girl. You're single boy. Okay. Hey. Oh, is that one of those Kanye West hats?
I mean, well, I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's kind of underground, but he put out this album called My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy that's gone pretty unnoticed by almost anyone else. We can go back to my dorm and listen to it sometime.
Whoa.
Okay, first of all, you're killing it right now, and I'm considering that offer. But didn't he say the whole black people in chains stuff and George Bush and other crazy things?
See, oh wait. At this point, my instinct is to call you on it and say that all that stuff was after I was a freshman, but I'm not sure. Had all that happened?
I think that was a blip in time. I don't think we'll actually find the truth.
Yeah, the George Bush thing, well, that was in 4, but the black people in chains thing, that was in 08 or 18, I think. So, but let's say you were a college friend. Never mind. Let's keep role playing. How do you explain to people who just don't get Kanye what Kanye West is?
I don't know, man. I just don't really. I've never cared as much about his public life stuff,
right?
And I know this is it's the whole kind of separate the art from the artist debate, I guess. And I don't know.
The me is that a part of me loves the artist and the art, so that's harder to explain. But
in my opinion, as I've been a long time Kanye stan, I'm a big fan of him, but I would say I'm like a casual fan, right? When I reach for my Spotify playlist, it's not filled to the brim with Kanye West, but I do enjoy a large amount of his songs, and I also enjoy a large amount of his insanity as a person.
Yeah.
I find him just very wild, entertaining, and he truly lives in his own world. And I like watching that happen and him do that. And I also just like his music in general. I think he puts out good music, and he is a musician, after all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh no. Did we lose him again? I think we lost him, guys. Can you hear me? Oh, I'm all alone. I'm lost in the world. I'm down on my mind. Losing a sin. It's Kanye West's song, in case you aren't picking that one up. Listen to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy films. What do you do? Stop listening to. Can you guys hear me? Because I can't hear you. Oh no.
Andrew. True.
Yeah.
Grandma's house is not providing.
No, it really isn't. Trust me, I've been going through this issue this last week.
Oh, that's a bummer.
It's a real bummer. I think for future shows I'll record on my phone. But yeah.
Well, while you were gone, I brought up the discussions of majors, and Amos has quite an eclectic major.
Ooh, please tell us and our viewers.
Yeah, I'm trying to do a neuro and philosophy double major.
What does that entail?
Yeah, so I'm kind of barely starting. I actually started my operatives for philosophy before I started neuro. So I technically haven't really taken any like actual neuroscience operatives, you know. So I am running the risk of like I join the class, I'm like, holy shit, I hate the brain and I hate everything to do with it, you know. But with philosophy, I took kind of a couple like GE classes, and then I just really enjoyed them. And I have like kind of, I guess, like the free slots class planning wise to where I had enough space to like fit in the major. I'm like, yeah, you know, might as well also have something that you know, I know I'm gonna enjoy and that can like break up the monotony of the South Campus stuff.
Yeah. You know, I'm in a philosophy class right now, and it's the first philosophy class I've ever taken. And the professor is grading it on a scale of A minus to A because he feels bad about this whole quarantine situation.
Wait, what class is it? My professor's doing that same thing.
Really? It's philosophy 22?
Oh, a different class, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So with that being said, I haven't attended a single lecture. I don't honestly want to hear something funny. Our discussion sections that meet once a week, like normally, are so funny because like the TA fucking knows. The TA knows that everyone is just like, bitch, I'm getting an A minus, and there is nothing you can do about it. Therefore, you can't make me do shit. Like that is totally like she knows. So like she's so over it the second she like comes into this discussion, and she always comes in and like everyone's cameras are off every time, and she's like, guys, like we've been through this. Try to keep your cameras on if you can. Anyways, let's get started. Like she's so over it. And then she always puts us into breakout rooms for the last 10 minutes, and it's just me and one other person. And every single time I get put in the room, without fail, it's always just a little bit of silence of me and that person staring at each other, and then we both go, so and then the first person's like, I haven't read a single thing for this class, and I have no idea what is going on or what she even asked us to do, which to, you know, I respond, oh my god, me too, and sit and just talk about anything but the class. And then with that being said, I had my first actual assignment due, and boy, was that a doozy because I did not know what Aristotle was going on about. I did not know what he was going on about. Him and his confusing words. Hopefully my grade is like okay. I mean, it can't be lower than an A minus.
I mean, it sounds like we're
You're
taking
fine,
on that
yeah.
A minus.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, we're chill.
But I will say, she did say, like, right before the assignment was due, we had a discussion section, and someone asked her and was like, so, like, are we just, like, for grading, are we gonna just, like, get an A minus? Like, if you don't think it's, like, anything but an A. And she was like, well, yeah. She's like, I don't really know what like the professor's doing. Like she was already just like, I don't really know what like the
Done
professor.
with that shit.
Yeah, like I don't really know what the professor's doing. But like if it looks to me like you clearly don't know what you're doing and you didn't do the work, then like I will give you the grade that like you actually deserved. And then I was just like, whoa there. You don't have that power.
Yeah,
You
back
little
up.
gay.
Sounds like a power trip.
That's up to the professor, my dog. You can't do that. You cannot do that. So I'll let you guys know what I got on it when I get the grade
Cool.
back.
Looking forward to it.
We
Real
really
quickly, because the comment section's blowing up that we never answered it. What's your favorite Kanye West song?
God, this is a horrible thing to ask me because like I'm just bad at choosing like favorite songs.
There's so
I don't
many.
know.
How about favorite album?
Favorite album. Oh, this might be kind of unpopular. I really like Yay.
I love Ye. I mean,
Yeah.
Ghost Town's my favorite song by Kanye, so
Mm.
it's I can't say a bad word about that album. Overall, I think it's a great album. But yeah,
Have you guys seen the music video for Flashing Lights?
I don't think so.
It
I think at some point,
well,
yeah.
you know the song, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So I was like
Wait, do you mean all of the lights?
no, Flashing Lights. I'm like positive. I'm looking up on Spotify.
No, it's Flashing Lights, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like I don't know when that song came out. I think it was like late 2000s, early 2010s, maybe. I watched the music video when I was way too young to be watching it because it really disturbed me to this day, and every time I hear it, I get slightly triggered. But I can't help. I love the song, so I listen to it anyways. But the music video is just really like disturbing, and it's very short, and there's not much going on. But what is going on? It's basically just like a woman, this voluptuous, just bombshell woman in high heels and her lingerie, pulls up in this car, parks the car, gets out of the car, slow motion walks to a parked car, another parked car. She like opens the trunk, and I think it's Kanye just sitting like tied up in the trunk. And then she takes a shovel and just like stabs him. And then that's like the whole music video. Like that's the entire music video. Anyways, that's my most like whenever anyone says Kanye West, I always think of that because I was like 9 when I saw that, and I was like, "What?"
Just those like war flashbacks.
Yeah, it's literally like war flashbacks, and he's like, "I never thought that you would take it this far," and I was like, "This is fucked," but it's such a banger, so I keep listening to it.
Yeah, I just watched the music video. You were very close, Grace.
Is that not what happened?
You're very close. Basically, so yes, bombshell lady steps out of a car at a gorgeous scene. She takes off her coat, and then she pours lighter fluid on the coat, burns the coat, goes to the other car, pops the trunk. Kanye's in there alive. She looks like she kisses him, something like that.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
she kills him.
I think that's with a shovel, right?
Yeah, but that's not what you said, Grace.
I said a shovel.
You left out the jacket. I feel like that's kind of integral to the plot here.
Okay, I left out the car fire. But yeah, I remember. I can't believe I left out the kiss because that really bothered me. Because I was like, "Oh, she's gonna save him." Oh my god! It's just like it's kind of spooky. I think it's because the melody is also really haunting.
Looks spooky.
Yeah, that's my Kanye West story for you guys.
I liked it. What's your favorite Kanye West song?
Mine?
Is it Flashing Lights?
You gotta get back to me. I gotta.
We'll look back.
Yeah.
Amos, you got it made up yet? So we don't leave this topic until you give an answer.
Oh fuck, man. Oh god. I could probably give favorite song by album. I don't know if I could go more than that. I'm fairly basic. Ghost Town off Yay.
Yeah.
Jesus Walks.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, definitely it's very dependent on my mood, but this is going to be kind of a surprising answer, and I'm kind of proud of it because I feel like it's just like not what people like typically say is their favorite Kanye West song. But I would say the song that I listen to like the most, regardless of like the specific mood that I'm in, is
Our
Fade.
girls. Oh, yeah, it's a good song.
I love Fade. That shit slaps. But like classics like Stronger, Runaway, you know, Black Skinhead.
Blood on the Leaves.
Yeah.
Bound to.
You like Bound too?
I love Bound to.
Really?
Yeah. It's
That's
an amazing song.
I thought it was just more of like a publicity statement than anything.
No, I think it's a sick song.
All right.
I'm very torn on that song. I feel like I love parts of it, but there's that one sample. What is it? It like cuts in at certain points. I forget what she says. But there's this like, you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, what's the
yeah, that sample just I fucking despise its placement in the song.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, no, it's like it's a continuous issue.
Honey.
Yeah.
I know that. Oh, you know what I also really like that I don't even think was like officially a song. I can't think of the name, but it's like Poopity Scoop.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like I know it was like a total fucking meme, but like every time I listen to this, I'd like be like feel kind of like shameful and be like, okay, but like the beat kind of slaps.
The beat's pretty great.
My girlfriend loves that song.
It's like so catchy. I'm like poopty scoopty whoop, like
scoopty whoop.
Poop.
I remember dancing with some people at like a shenanigans party to that song.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you guys at that? Does that ring any bells?
Which one?
I can't. It was on. I think it was on like James Chaney's roof. I just remember like a circle of us dancing to the Poopity Scoop song.
I feel like I would have remembered that. That sounds really memorable. Sad I wasn't there.
Can we talk about what the people are begging to talk about? Juice Factory. Quick plug. They're begging.
Oh, boy. I'm actually curious. Get into it.
Yes. So Juice Factory is my improv team, and that is now only kind of a joke. So myself, Michael Pyle, and Max Flora have started an improv team. We went to a rapid fire show about almost a year ago. I want to say, no, it wasn't that, like 6 months ago. And we saw and we were like, we can do that. So we went back to my apartment. We were just doing improv, and we were like, whoa, we're actually being good right now. We're getting some good scenes going. And then we came up with the name Juice Factory. And then we started meeting like once a week just to kind of hang out and do improv. And now we're kind of good. To the point where if you saw us, you'd go, oh, they're like an improv team. So
they in fact do improv.
I mean, you're just going to need to put the money where the mouth is.
We will. We got shows planned.
Like Zoom shows?
Zoom shows.
How does that work with improv? Don't you need...
found no. You actually don't need it. We watched some Zoom improv shows. We studied what they did well. We studied what they didn't do well. And we think that we're ready to put on a good show.
Well, I'll be there, front and center.
Yay!
Either with the glitter or the tomatoes. I don't know what the opposite of tomatoes would be, so I put glitter.
Ripe tomatoes. And then you present them at the end. You're like, good job. Here, you can take these. But yeah, that is Juice Factory.
I'm excited. I followed the Instagram.
Yeah, Juice Factory Improv on Instagram.
Yeah,
that's great. I'm so happy for you, Andrew.
I gotta be real, man. I hope. I always heard you and like Max and Michael like referencing kind of improv, or like let's do some like improv and stuff like that. And I thought it was just some like really weird bit that I didn't totally get. I thought y'all were just like making fun of improv people, I thought it was just like some meta shit. So whenever I saw that actual Instagram account pop up, it kind of like all clicked. I was like, oh shit, this was a thing.
Well, because I never really like knew about you guys and like improv. Like I never had seen it, heard of it. I just didn't think you guys did that shit. And then
we're keeping it underground.
And exactly. And then when I went to the famed apartment party on the roof of the apartment, Leon, aka Andrew's apartment, that got rolled by a limping security guard was you guys were like messing around. We're like, let's just do improv. Let's do an improv show right now. And I was like, what is this improv kick they're on? And to me, I just thought you guys were like fucking around and making fun of improv.
No, we wanted to show off our talent and passion for improv.
Way to subliminally like implant that in our brains.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to do a show there. That would have been like our coming out party, but of course it was rolled. Wasn't the right setting. But we have content now on our Instagram page. So if you're just looking for a good laugh, hop on over there.
Does your new apartment that you're moving into have a roof that's accessible legally?
Yes, it does, but there's no walls. So if we had a party, I don't know if we could have drunk people on it.
But they would allow a party?
I don't think so.
That's like fun, a roof with no walls. The party could be called No Walls.
Yeah. Or be careful.
Yeah. Fall off, that's not my problem.
Yeah. Or is it? I don't know the legal liability behind it. Yeah.
Might be your problem.
Might be my problem. It depends what age they are. Like if they're under 21, might be my problem.
Yeah, for sure. On a more positive note, Amos, I'm curious to know, have you or will you ever indulge in the improvisation?
Ooh.
Probably not. I did, whenever we were at retreat, we like briefly did a thing where like there was like, I think like sketch and stand-up people doing improv. And yeah, it was just, that could have just been like one bad scene. But like I remember being up there and I didn't understand what the other people in my scene were doing. So I was just kind of like, at the beginning it was me talking to someone and that was fairly normal. And then something else started happening that I was just like behind me that I was just disconnected from. And by the time I like turned around, like it was like off the rails. So I was just kind of like there, like hands in my pockets, just trying to kind of blend in with the scenery. So that might have just been like a
moment.
Yeah. I'd have to overcome that. I'd have to overcome those memories, come to peace with that before I ever did any prov.
What do you think about the idea? Just throwing this out there, but a guest appearance with Juice Factory.
So you're gonna ask him.
What's up?
You're gonna ask him to be a guest appearance.
Oh, Grace
no,
too.
I don't want to fucking hear it.
No, let's do guest appearance.
I'm so.
That would be awesome. You come on, Juice Factory plus Grace. That's a headline.
Yeah, fuck you guys. Anyways, continue your answer.
No, yeah, I'd be down. I'd probably, I don't know. I'd definitely like.
Oh, not another freeze. No. Oh, can you still hear me? Use the audience. We only have like 3 minutes left. Okay.
Grace isn't on.
He's back. You could hear me? Oh, wait. Now I can't hear you. They came back for a second. Apparently they can hear me. Well, I'm going to assume they can't hear me because I don't like both of them. No, I'm kidding, guys. I like you. Oh my goodness. But I can't hear you. So that's just the
It's question mark. Andrew, are we?
Hey guys.
Hey, Andrew, do you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
Every time you're like, "Oh no, not again," and you talk to yourself, me and Amos are both like, "We can hear you." And we're texting chat.
It's become like a reoccurring bit at this point. I think we had like 3 beats of like, no, we can fucking hear you.
Yeah, literally. Like, no.
It's funny. I wonder if the viewers can hear you.
I mean, it says it was recording.
Yeah, I still have the recording
Yeah,
notification.
maybe. But yeah, when I saw the text that said, "Are you okay?" It was while I was singing SpongeBob SquarePants. So then I was like, "Okay, I'm texting you guys SpongeBob SquarePants. Say yes if you can hear me."
Oh, something's gone terribly wrong.
We can hear you, SpongeBob SquarePants. That was the next conversation went. Well, in the next week, I will get my internet situation figured out.
Yeah. Hey, no worries. These are rough times for all of us, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like this is
Yeah,
good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the
I mean, it's a
problem?
funny reoccurring bit where we're just like, but we can hear you.
But I think from the viewer's end, it might just be me going, "Oh no, did it? Crap! It froze. Ooh, can you still hear me?" And then I just monologue.
That's fine. They love a good
Yeah.
monologue.
They do. They really do. Well, we are winding down our
Yeah,
show
and that
here.
brings us home.
Literally.
Yeah.
Amos, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks
Oh
so
yeah,
much.
thank you guys. It's a lot of fun.
Show. It has been a lot of fun. I guess if I was like a young Amos, 8 years old, any parting words? You got like 10 words to say to me.
It's okay. One day you'll go on the riff.
Wow.
Wow.
Slow clap.
Building fast clap. That was amazing.
That was
Amos,
amazing.
thank you. As good in long form as you are in short form.
Incredible.
Thank you, man.
This
This
has
has
been
been
The riff.
with
Grace. Wait.
and
And Andrew.
Andrew. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Mwah.
Bye.
Eh.